Moving to some other news now, the women of the Reroute Movement were removed by police officers after they staged a protest in front of the office of the Prime Minister today. The female representatives wanted to draw attention to the Armstrong report, but officers, after asking them to leave several times, had to physically remove them from the compound. Melissa Dasrath was there and filed this report.
The women's arm of the Highway Reroute Movement were on the front lines once again. This time they staged a sit-out at the office of the Prime Minister. Calm at times and woeful at others, the women demanded that the government abide by the recommendations of the Armstrong report. The report, which was penned by a team of 19 experts and published on February 4, 2013, strongly advised that work should not proceed on the Debe to Mondesir segment of the Point Fortin Highway. The spokesperson for the women's arm, Lila Budai, said the mothers and grandmothers are willing to stand in defense of their homes that are directly in the path of the highway extension to Point Fortin and will be destroyed. And despite the fact that the Prime Minister is currently in Panama attending the 7th Annual America's Competitiveness Forum and is not expected to return until tomorrow, Mrs. Budai said they hope to appeal to her softer side.
Women are the homemakers. They are who we depend on. Our Prime Minister is a woman. We expect her from today's action, pay some heaters, give us a listening. That's all we are asking. And we're just asking her, is she going to abide by this report?
The women sat quietly for about 10 minutes until an OPM security officer asked them to leave the compound, to which the women protested. The action played out until midday when officers of the Port of Spain Operational Unit, led by Senior Superintendent Stephen Pustam, arrived on the scene with female officers. After removing them from the premises, Senior Superintendent Pustam tried to pacify the women.
That's the thing, you have to not protect the government from people, the people from the government. When the government acting illegally, who protecting people?
This woman took a vow of silence to protest her dissatisfaction with the ongoing work on the highway and the government's treatment of affected residents. They continued the action, this time outside the gates of the OPM, but it was not long before they were removed from the pavement. The women's arm considers the government's dismissal of the report as reckless and with no regard for the impact it would have on people's lives. Mrs. Budai said they will not be disheartened that their tactic has not yet yielded the desired result. She said they will not end their action until works come to a complete halt. Melissa Dasrath, CNews.